Hey guys, what's going on? I thought I'd do a question and answer video because I don't know what's going on, but the last 3 to 4 videos, I have not been able to respond in the comments. I'll hit a like on somebody's comment or like give them a heart on it, and I'll refresh the page and it's gone. I usually pin a lot of the links that I talk about up in the top of the comment section, and then I pin them to the top. But I can't even do that. They just like disappear. So I'm only allowed to post stuff in the description section. So I can't answer any of your questions or troll some of the trolls back. So I'm just gonna go through, I have a few minutes, and I'm gonna go through some of the questions and just answer them verbally. That's the best I can do now, okay? Anyway, I'm wearing my conspiracy realist shirt. We used to make these, when we started the podcast. So I actually made this sign. This is like over 10 years old, and I cut the shirt and stuff. We might make some more later, but I have to think about getting like a designer and redoing the design and all that stuff. Anyway, all right, so this guy going down. You think this is a hoax? You're a fucking moron. Is Alex Jones your god? Actually, somebody replied to them. Thank you so much. I'm not going to even reply because somebody actually did that for me. Thank you. Zivon Plant. I don't have my glasses. I have to squint. So, Noon Zoo. Viruses are not living things. Viruses are complicated assemblies of molecules, including proteins, nucleic acids, lipids, and carbohydrates. But on their own, they can do nothing until they enter a living cell. And then he says, most of the search results show they can survive from hours to days to weeks, depending on the type. So, but my question is, if they're not living things, then how can they survive, right? They're not surviving. So I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense. I've been listening to there's a guy, I asked him to be on my show. Hopefully he will. He said he will agree. He agreed. We're just trying to find a good time. His name is Andrew Kaufman. I think it was Boo and Little who sent me the link to the Richie from Boston interview. Thank you so much. I listened to I've been doing that all weekend and just listening to his interviews. Thank you so much. Thank you. I had no idea about him and he existed. So I appreciate when you guys send me stuff and you turn me on to new people and new things. Yeah, so Nunzu, I appreciate your comment. I just think now that, because I haven't really talked about, I'm starting to talk about it now. I've been studying terrain theory versus germ theory, and terrain theory makes way more sense. And it actually leaves people empowered instead of being dependent on having to wait for pills and vaccines. And this whole, there's a whole other side to the germ theory and viruses that we're not being told about. And I would actually like to see people debate it. But the fact is that we're not being even allowed to question germ theory, which science is supposed to be about questioning things, right? Every, science article that comes out, they would say, oh, we used to know this, but now we know this. It's because somebody questioned something and brought new information to the forefront. But there's certain things that you can't question, like vaccines, and you can't question like, germ theory, and you should be able to question this. I would love to see like a live debate on two scientists that differ on this, so we can get some information out, because I think, a lot of the problem with society is that, a lot of information is hoarded. There's gatekeepers. The pharmaceutical industry controls a lot of the information because they control the schools, they control the government, they control, they've infiltrated, I should say, the government, the schools, the curriculum, the scientific, the medical journals, like all of that. So we're only getting limited information. And I actually just saw this clip. I'm gonna have to find it because you guys, it's gonna blow you away. I've been looking into, you guys should look into Peter Duesberg and look into Luc Montagnier, Robert Gallo. Robert Gallo and Luc Montagnier, they both are credited for discovering HIV. And Luc Montagnier basically said in an interview that HIV can be cured without without medicine or vaccines. You can actually cure it. So if you have it, you're not prone to it. I mean, you're not like doomed to death in getting AIDS. And I think I saw House of Numbers. I was talking about like years ago, but I think that just went over my head because I came across this clip again and it blew my mind. You guys think about this. This is the co-discoverer of HIV. He's saying this, okay? The person that like, here's the virus, this is the thing that causes AIDS, blah, blah, blah. He's saying this. Now what he also says in the interview, the guy's like, well, what? Wait, like this is important information. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I've tried to tell people in the medical industry, but they dismiss it because there's more money in making, there's more, what did he say? You'll see the clip, but he was basically, I'm paraphrasing. He said, you can make, because there's more money to be made from drugs and vaccines. He goes, but people should know. He goes, I'm saying it, but nobody's really paying attention to me, right? And Peter Duesberg, who was a Nobel Prize nominee, you know, very like acclaimed scientist, worked at Berkeley, was tenured, you know, huge people. Robert Gallo even, I think, mentioned him and praised him until he started to question the HIV narrative. It's very interesting. You should see House of Numbers. You should see The Emperor's New Virus, and Gary Knoll did a good film on AIDS. But it would kind of start to open you up into this whole virus thing. So with China, I have friends that I've grown up with, okay, since I was a kid. And we're arguing right now because we actually have a mutual friend in China, and they're saying, oh, I've been listening to him, and you know, I'm not saying, hopefully they'll see this, maybe they're not too pissed at me. I'm not saying that our mutual friend is lying. I'm not saying that people are dying, but I think this is my observation, or this is my opinion about what I think is going on. I think that something happened in China that did kill a lot of people. I think a lot of people are dying or dead, or something happened. Maybe it was 5G. It looks a lot. It could be 5G. There's some people believe it was 5G that gave them flu symptoms, and then they went to get a vaccine for it. And that's when you saw them after the vaccine, because vaccines do, when you do, you know, you get a reaction like that. It's called the cytokine storm. And that's what was making them, you know, fall over and, you know, like die in the streets. And of course they have surveillance. So, you know, there were cameras there. And another thing I find fishy about that is, I know if you live in China, if you're a citizen, they have their own internet. So you can't really push any videos outside without a passcode or without permission. So how are all these videos getting out? Again, I'm not saying people are not dying. I just think that the number of people that they're saying is dying and that are at risk is greatly exaggerated. And it looks like to me that they're writing off people that are already sick, like erasing off their death certificate, that they, you know, if they died of pneumonia or the flu, they actually died, they'll just erase it and put coronavirus, okay? So they can hike up the numbers. But this has been done before. This has been done with SARS. This has been done, you know, they've always manipulated data. If you look at some of the past disease outbreaks, Zika, all this stuff, they do the same pattern over and over again. Just people don't recognize it, or they don't follow it. It's like they don't even change the script. It's just so, it's so typical. So anyway, let me see. I'm just trying to get through a few. God, did you just say, Bill Smith, did you just say you have doctors telling you that this is all BS? With so many doctors dying from this virus, and they would say that, oh, and they would say that, Well, I mean, again, Bill, we're going by the lying media's word, right? That they're doctors and that they're dying from this. And again, who's to say that they die of something else, right? We're just taking their word for it. So I did, you know, have somebody secretly write me that was a doctor that said that. I've had a couple people on the threads that said that they were a doctor. You know, I'm taking their word for it too, but you're also taking their word for it as well, you know? And he says, why do you wash your hands if it's all BS? Yeah, because hygiene, okay? Yeah, you know, when I go to the bathroom and like wash my hands, I don't repeatedly wash my hands. I don't use hand sanitizer because I'm real sensitive to chemicals anyway. So I'm not gonna, and you know, when you're putting something on your skin, you're your liver has to process whatever you put on your skin, whether it's lotion, anything that your skin soaks up. Your skin is your biggest organ. Your liver has to process that too. So if you're putting chemicals on your hands, then that's gonna go into that aren't natural. Your liver is gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing to? Why are you putting this shit in me? Like, I have to process this? Really, for real? I have to process this? Okay, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little bit hard on your body. But also, the hand sanitizer actually slowly dissolves your layer of skin. So if you're using it repeatedly, it's actually going to make your skin more porous, and it's going to make you more vulnerable to infection. Plus, a lot of hand sanitizers have triclosan in it, which is a hormone disruptor, and they have other carcinogens in it. I prefer to either make my own, or I really just prefer to wash my hands, because even if you're using hand sanitizer, which everybody's using, you're killing all the good bacteria. That's not good. And you're killing the germs on your hands, but they're still on your hands. So until you wash them off, you're just gonna have gooked up dead germs on your hand. So yeah. So I have a lot of people agreeing with me, but I had one guy that was like, where's that guy? He was saying that the hospital is overwhelmed. Okay, I believe you. I'm not saying that you're a liar. I'm just saying that there are lots of people that are saying that they're not, and we're being told that they are. So, where's that guy? I wanted to reply directly to them. But even people are saying that they're getting really low numbers of death, but they're still locking stuff down. Plus, with the videos that I saw in China, the people don't have any of the symptoms in the videos. If you look at the videos of people that were saying that they had the coronavirus, the news interviews, all they're describing it is like a flu or a cough. They're not like, oh my God, I was bleeding out of my lungs, and I coughed up blood, and I was rolling around, on the floor. This guy says, good work on vaccines, terrible work on COVID-19. Okay, dude, whatever. This other guy, he apologized, but, he said, where is he? That's fine, dude. Oh, Tommy Gunn. I thought it was going to be bad. Wait 2 more weeks, they kept saying. I'm sorry if I doubt you. Oh, that's sweet. No, dude, don't worry about it. You can doubt me. I'm not right about everything. I'm not. And I don't know everything. There's just so many. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I can't even be like, there's so many agendas. There's so many theories. I just know that we're not being told the truth. That's all I can claim right now. I don't know. Right? But, and China's starting a riot. Hubei, I think it was Hubei province. If you go to our Facebook page, we posted something on Hubei and how they fucking had it, dudes. They're like in the streets. They're kicking people's ass. They're like overturning police cars. Italy's about to fucking pop. There's a guy that's like, hey man, I've been inside for 2 weeks. This is the last piece of bread that my kids are gonna eat. If y'all do something soon, we're about to lose it. So I think it's going to get like that in America soon if they don't, this social distancing shit. I was so happy. I went to this plant store. I was so happy that they didn't have fucking tape on the floor, and they weren't running around all neurotic telling us to be. It was just normal. I think I'm just going to go to that plant shop just because I want some sense of normalcy. Like going to Target and, and where else did I go? Trader Joe's. I'm just and I'm like, even if there was a virus, I was like, none of this is going to help. It's not going to help slow down the virus. So, so a lot of people are saying it's a, oh wow, it's funny. Okay, somebody said, it's funny. Most people started catching on the lying mainstream media, but when it came to this bullshit virus, they regress to their sheep mind. Very true. Even people that I thought were woke. I'm like, I can't believe they're falling for this. But you know, I've also realized fear is very powerful. So when people are in a state of fear, they don't really think straight. And a lot of my friends who are like health freedom activists, we've been talking about this, because even in the anti-vax movement, we see people that are like falling for this. And we really think it comes down to the terrain theorists versus the germ theorists, because there's still people that, you know, don't like vaccines, but they still believe that the germ theory is accurate. And once you understand how terrain theory works and how you can fortify yourself to make yourself safe from any microbe, then you don't have fear about this stuff. But this is a main problem that we're talking about. We're realizing how people are so easily manipulated is because of, you know, they don't know about this. They don't know about, you know, like a lot of my friends though too, they're just like, yeah, we got vitamin C, we got vitamin A, we got vitamin D, we're sticking our heads out, getting some sun. There's an amazing guy. I reached out to him too, but he's busy as hell. I got a reply from his assistant, but his name is Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai, and he's just straight up just like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. But he's been doing really good videos. If you guys are scared, you should check out his channel, because he's doing really good videos on teaching people how to fortify their immune systems without vaccines and stuff like that, right? I guess before this gets too long, somebody said the 17-year-old girl that supposedly died from the virus actually died from a heart attack. As per her mother, she said she drank multiple energy drinks a day and worked out. Oh my God, those things are so bad, you guys. Those things are so bad for you. Those things, I dated a guy and he would drink those all the time, and he would drink those little 5 hour, oh man, those, and it was freaky because it was hard. He would have energy, but he would sleep. Like, it was hard to wake him up. It was hard for him to like wake up, like really hard. He said he'd have to set like 5 alarms for him to be able to get up. Those things are so bad. They're so bad for your heart. I can't even drink. I probably had a Red Bull at least 2 times in my life. And first time I drank one, I felt like my bones were going to explode. I felt like so like jittery, and like, I felt like if you guys have had asthma, and like when I've had bad asthma attacks and I go to the hospital and they pump me full of that, stuff, the steroids, you know, and they put it in like a breathing tube that you're supposed to inhale in. They give you like a lot of it. I hate that. And when you come off the machines, I'm just like, that's what I feel like with those energy drinks. They're so bad. I can feel how bad they are for your body. Sorry, I wish I can answer all of these. This video is getting too long. People are not going to this guy was like, people are not going to the ER because they don't want to be exposed to COVID-19. What COVID-19? There's nobody in the ERs. That's what I'm saying. There's nobody in the ERs. So there's nobody in the ER from what I'm seeing, okay? From my experience, from going to 7 to 10 different hospitals a week, nobody's in the ER, okay? Nobody. I would see them because I have to walk through it, okay? I have to look, right? I will never film because I definitely, I don't want to do that and, put other people on blast and the patients deserve their privacy. I'm saying I'm not seeing anybody. So if there's nobody in the ER at the hospital that has COVID-19, that are, COVID-19 and it's all overwhelmed and stuff, then why aren't, then people aren't going to be afraid to go to the hospital because there's nobody in the waiting rooms in the ERs with COVID-19. So they're not, I've been personally told, I have a friend whose aunt, she should go to the hospital. She fell down and broke her hip, and she doesn't want to go to the hospital because she doesn't want to get quarantined. Okay, like specifically, she's a nurse. Her aunt's a nurse, so she's thinking she'll be okay. This is in California, but she's, I know other people who have told me that they've been sick. They don't want to go because they're afraid to get quarantined. Okay, and if they thought they were dying, they would probably go, but they just know that they have a cough, okay, and a fever because it's flu season. Okay, you want to do a pandemic, plan a virus, plan it during flu season. Bam! Oh my God! All right. Only essential employees are working in the hospital. That's why it looks empty. I work in a hospital. I work in a hospital too, dude. I visit like 7 to 10, like I said. So we are busy. We're not. So if you are, that's fine. I'm saying that we're not, okay? Not least in the fact they're laying people off, cutting people's hours because they're so not busy, okay? I work in a hospital, same guy. I work in a hospital. Parking lot looks empty because of COVID-19. Visitors, and I don't even, like, dude, did you watch my video? Like, I have to drive through the parking lot and I walk in the hospital. I walk to different parts of the hospital. I walk to lots of different hospitals. Nobody, okay? So it looks empty because that's what I see with my own eyes. I see that they are empty. There are lots of people, somebody just sent me a video from a guy in Germany going to a German hospital saying the same thing, all right? Lots of people are also concurring with what I'm saying. So if this was a pandemic where they felt they need to like shut down the planet, then it shouldn't be, it should be, it would be everywhere, right? People were dying. Think about this too. How come first it was affecting old people? If it was a virus, it was spread everywhere and everybody, that was, if it was highly contagious, everybody was getting it. It would be affecting people of all ages, right? But now, since people are criticizing, they're saying, oh, it's only affecting old people. Okay, now they're coming out with stories. Oh, it affected a young person. And then one of the young people that somebody just said that the girl died of a heart attack. She didn't have, coronavirus. And another person was saying, another story they did, the guy had asthma. He had an asthma attack. You can die from asthma. He died, but he tested positive for COVID-19. So instead of dying from an asthma attack, they're saying he died of COVID-19, okay? That's it. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Somebody from Canada, same thing. We drove around to 5 hospitals, Axe, Chop, and Block. Hey, what's up, homie? We drove around to 5 hospitals here in Atlanta, live streamed it. They were all dead. Had these big tents outside, but nobody in them. Anyone working in the damn tents, it's all a crock of crap. Yeah, you guys are citizen journalists. You have a right to question this stuff, So yeah, I guess that's it. We are in the age of information, so it's basically impossible to control the narrative. People have access to so much information. They're counting heart disease deaths as corona deaths. Love the vids. We need oh, thank you. This person's like, girl, just get over here already to Huntington, Oregon. I already decided you can be one of the 7 girls that grab me by the sleeve. I know that sounds sexist and misogynistic, and although the other istics that the world has indoctrinated us to fear, but I like you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to go into, it's kind of long. Okay. But, dude, like, I've heard Oregon is beautiful, but Antifa's in Oregon. I don't think I'd make it. I don't think I'd make it. And it rains a lot. But I heard it's great, and I want to visit sometimes. But I'm cool. I'm cool where I am. Yeah, there's something going on, but it's not a virus. We should be clean. MSM is hyping and lying. Yeah, do you think, this is my thing, too. I feel like this lockdown is actually going to do more damage. Psychologically, there's so many people that are traumatized. There's so many people that are, in a state of like irrational fear. I had my friend on, she was talking about her friend that she's known for years is actually scared to hug her, okay? Even though she's not even displaying any symptoms of sickness. How are we going to come back from this, Like we, as Americans, we were told to go inside and we're just doing what we're told. I mean, even me, I'm not, because I don't know what to do or what's going on, but I'm still questioning things. I haven't allowed my mind to shut off, but there's so many people that are going to be, they've lost their businesses. They've lost their livelihood. Suicides are going to go up. Domestic abuse is going to go up because not everybody's going to be happy to be quarantined with their family. Like, not everybody's loving it. Maybe some people are, you know, bright side for some people. They're getting more family time. They're spending time with their kids, and I'm really happy for them. And maybe some people are discovering that homeschooling is great and they can actually do it and it is not so bad. And some people will probably continue to do that. And other mothers and stuff, they're having home births and they're realizing that's probably better for them. And, you know, so there are lots of, you know, you can say positives, but at the other side too, like domestic abuse is gonna go up because, like I said, not everybody loves their family. When people are stressed, you know, divorces are gonna go up, suicides are gonna go up. You know, if people get restless and people rioting and looting is gonna start, you know. So it's not in the long run. It's gonna be worse, you know. It's gonna be worse. People that have started their businesses, you know, work their asses off. You know, and it's just one day it's just gone over some bullshit, you know? How would that make you feel, you know? And now are we always gonna have to stay 6 feet away from each other after this? I went to HEB and they had those fucking social distancing stickers on the floor. I was like, fuck this shit. This made me so mad. I just stand on the edge of the sticker, like instead of on the sticker, I'll just stand just to rebel, just to be like, all right, I'm gonna stand like 5 feet away and not 6 feet away, just to fucking like, you know, that doesn't feel like that's the best I could do, just to fucking say that this is bullshit, you know, and just be like, you know, so I don't know, y'all. It's just crazy. Maybe I might have to start doing this until I can figure out how to respond to people. Thank you for all your comments and all your support and all your financial like support. I signed up for Subscribestar, but they have to verify my account, and I think before I can start accepting subscribers. I had a couple new Patreon patrons. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. What I think I'm gonna do though, I think I'm gonna go with subscribe. Still on Patreon, but I think I'm gonna go with Subscribestar. And what I wanna do is I want to, I'm trying to get 5,000 subscribers at $1 a month, because I know things are weird and people are still sending me money. Like, I'm gonna take it, but I'm like, you guys, like, you're sending me money. Like, people are like, it's crazy times now. But I think I don't feel so bad for asking for $1 a month, because that's $12 a year. So if I can get at least minimum 5,000 subscribers at $1 a month through Subscribestar, when that is up and going, I think that I will, you know, I'll be able to do this full time. I still have to pay a certain percentage of that for taxes. That's why I'm asking for that, just for myself. And then, you know, as I can do more interviews, as I can edit and do more mini movies, I'll probably start doing more fundraising, because I would like to pay our the co-founder too, April. She's a good writer, good host and stuff, but you know, her family's struggling as well. So if she's gonna do this and spend more time helping me with this, I would like to pay her too. We can get her stuff, you know, we can get paid. But like I said, $1 isn't so bad. Also this Friday, I would like to do a live show, and I'm going to, God, this video is getting so long. If you guys make it through the end, I would love to, I actually bought a gift certificate that I'm gonna give away. I asked somebody to write me if they needed something, but I got a $50 gift certificate, and I don't know if the lady said she was gonna send me the Walmart thing. I have to check my P.O. box. Somebody offered to send a Walmart certificate, and I also have a friend that's, or a classmate, my jiu-jitsu studio, he has like an injury, a head injury, and he had to have like surgery, and he's doing a GoFundMe for his medical bill. So I'm gonna bring attention to that as well, just to help a little bit, because you know, things are crazy over some bullshit. But yeah, that's all I want to say. All right, guys, I'll let you know about what time the live show is. I just have to figure out what time I'm gonna get home, and I need to figure out the system again so I don't mess up. I'll do like a live call-in show, so people want to call in this Friday. But anyway, I'll probably make another video just talking about that. But that's it. All right, guys. Peace, your love. Bye-bye.